Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, look, I've really been paying attention to the story of what has happened to Terra Luna. It has caught my attention for multiple reasons. You know, I told people some of the concerns that I had about cryptos were that governments or other entities could interfere with the price of any crypto. It could be manipulated, the government can get involved, they can outlaw them. You know, you guys heard me go down this list. Now keep in mind, cryptos have what's called stablecoins. And stablecoins are supposed to be exactly that, stable. Some of the stablecoins are actually backed by assets, which in my opinion, that's how it should be, especially gold and silver. Paxos is one of those companies that I talked about in the past. They actually have a gold-backed cryptocurrency. Now, I thought it was ridiculous because I was thinking, how are you going to secure a crypto with gold? You know how much transparency would have to be there? Well, the truth of the matter is, it's there. They're very transparent. The crypto is pegged to gold. So as gold goes up and down in value, so does the value of the cryptocurrency. But pegging a cryptocurrency to gold is a smart move. Because if you look at the history of gold, it has been the most reliable form of money out there. 6,000 years of history in which countries, when their particular monetary system fails, they always fall back to gold and silver. But when it comes to Terra Luna, they're called an algorithmic stablecoin. You know what secures their stablecoin? Obviously not assets. A stupid computer software. And supposedly the algorithm is set in such a way that it's supposed to be close to impossible to crash the coin. Well, I guess somebody proved that wrong. In addition, there's only one or two people that were behind this attack against Terra Luna. Only proving my point again when it comes to cryptocurrencies, they're not as well protected and secure as people claim. Terra Luna, their stablecoin, is like the world's third best used stablecoin. They were finding ways on every single platform that's out there. They had a good business models outside of the failure to actually secure the reserves necessary to protect it. There were no real assets backing up this cryptocurrency. Now it draws into question all these other stablecoins. Who's actually protected? Who's actually backed by something that is secure? So that if somebody tries this attack again, it won't happen. But now that this attack has happened and people have figured out what went wrong, we're going to have to re-examine Terra Luna, and I'll explain why here in just a moment. Before we get started, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. Right now, as usual, is a good time to buy the shine, buy gold and silver. I really do think we're in a short window of time in which you could buy gold and silver at this cheap. There are a lot of things going on in the background, and the writing is on the wall that they are close to putting themselves in a position where they can no longer manipulate the price of gold and silver. And I'm waiting for that to happen. So go buy gold and silver now. When you go to buy your gold and silver, check out our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you are a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you'll get a free half ounce of silver. So last night, all the cryptos were in the green. When I woke up this morning, they were in the red. Now they're back in the green, which is nice to see. So I've heard all the arguments up and down about who's got the best crypto, how cryptos are the greatest thing in the world. I explained what my concerns were. And over the past 6 or 7 months, every single one of them played out in real life. All the concerns that I had. So somebody asked me, hey, Pimpy, did you give up 100% on cryptos? I said, no. I mean, I think when people invest, they should be diverse. They should have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, just in case we experience a crash like we have. In the past, I did videos explaining that we're seeing all kinds of market bubbles. The stock market is artificially pumped thanks to quantitative easing. You have real estate that's in a bubble. It's way overvalued. The US dollar is way overvalued. And I say cryptocurrency is in a bubble. there's nothing out there supporting the values that it was representing. And I felt like that bubble would burst and you would see a market correction. So are we in the market correction now? I mean, we had Bitcoin losing, what was it, 57% of the value? Ethereum had 59% loss in value. So have they bottomed out, or is there still more to lose? Here's something to think about. If you think that cryptos have finally hit their bottom and where they should be, and we're going to start seeing a slow climb back up, then you definitely want to buy cryptocurrencies right now. You're buying on the dip. That means these cryptocurrencies are way cheaper than they used to be. In the past, when you couldn't afford to get some of your favorite cryptos, you can take a look at them now and find that you actually can afford them. So it's something to think about. And everybody knows I got Shiba and I got Satama. They just sit there. And I said I was going to ride or die with them all the way to the end, or until they got to a value that I thought was good enough for me, and then I would dump them all. Anyways, we got Bitcoin back up above 30,000. It's sitting at $30,537. Ethereum's at $2,100. XRP still lingering around 43 cents. Cardano, 58 cents. Solana, $57.27. Dogecoin back up to 9 cents. Polkadot is $11.11. Shiba is starting to recover semi-quick. It's now at 4013. Polygon is at 73 cents. Crypto.com is at 20 cents. So everything is looking pretty good. But if you look at the 52-week average, you can see most of the blue dots are over to the left, which is not a good thing. That means it's on the lower side of its 52-week average. So we look at Satama, 8035. But over the last 5 days, though, it has seen some pretty good gains. At least it's in the threes. Over the past hour, it is negative 3.7%. Over the past 24 hours, it is negative 7.4%. Over the last 7 days, though, it's a negative 1.8%. So the average has increased over the last 7 days because it was much higher than that. Over the last 14 days, though, on average, it is a negative 40.1%. And over the last 30 days, it is a negative 47.2%. Right here, we've seen a little drop. So it went from 8039, dropped all the way down to about, what is this? About 8035. Not sure what caused that. I couldn't find anything. But if you come down here and you look at the performances of the days, there was a 4-day period in which Satama had really nice gains. Here on March the 13th, it was up 7.3%. But on March 14th, Satama had increased 112.2%. The next day, though, was a negative 23.8%, but then on Monday regained at 4.6%. And it has fallen into the negative a couple times over the last couple of days. So I've not given up on Satama yet. I still have mine accumulating reflections. Silver's at $21.64, getting close to that $22 mark all over again. If we look at the hour by hour chart, you could see, what was it? Oh, right here around May 13th. Ever since May 13th, I know it's only been a few days, but over the last few days, silver has slowly but surely started climbing back up and gaining its value. Silver at $21.64. Gold's at $1,817. Gold has been stubborn as usual in its fight to gain value, just like silver and a lot of other assets. It's being manipulated, but it's starting to fight its way upward as well. Gold's at $1,817. So a lot of people were wondering, was this attack against Terra UST? It absolutely appears so. As a matter of fact, you got George Soros here. And why is his ugly mug on this particular article? The move that was made against Terra reminded people of what George Soros did to the British pound. Did a concerted attack cause Terra UST to crash below $1? An executive behind the largest stablecoin and experts agree it is suspicious. So it says Terra, the largest algorithmic stablecoin, completely unraveled this week, sending ripples throughout the crypto markets. Now you can understand the concern in the crypto world. These are stable coins. They're not supposed to really move up and down in value. They're stable. It says UST plummeted far below $1 peg, so it lost its peg to the dollar. Again, the only thing secure in this crypto was the computer software, the algorithm. This is the paragraph that caught my attention. UST plummeted far below the dollar peg, adding downward pressure to Bitcoin and the overall cryptocurrency market as it crashed its sister token Luna also collapsed to nearly a zero. This wiped out many cryptocurrency investors' life savings. You don't want to hear that kind of stuff. You're never going to hear that type of thing happen to gold and silver. Anyways, in Reddit posts, they were talking about it. There's a lot of people who were crying, who were upset. They actually started posting helplines for the National Suicide Prevention. Yeah, that's how serious it got. And said many first-time investors were left confused as to what happened. And there are a few theories. Among them is there was a concerted attack. Anyways, the attackers made off with $800 million. What does that mean for people who have not invested in cryptocurrencies or anybody that's invested in the Luna? It means there could be an opportunity. Back in 1997, I worked for a computer company in their accounting department. I used to sometimes catch some of the conversations that the nerdy people were having. Yeah, I call them the nerdy people because they're really good at computers. One of them was a discussion about Apple computers and their stock, whether or not they should invest in it. At the time, Stephen Jobs was back in with Apple, but this time he came as their CEO. And there was all types of talk that having Stephen Jobs back after the semi-crash that Apple went through due to bad managing and people not really being innovative. Since Stephen Jobs' departures, he's a co-founder of Pixar, DreamWorks, Lucasfilms, and Next. And when Apple bought Next is when they also acquired Stephen Jobs as the CEO. So at that time, the stock was only 11 cents. There was so much talk in our office about whether or not we should jump on it. In my bank account, I had close to $11,000. Of course, there's no way of knowing if a stock is going to be successful or not. It's just all speculative. But the thought of, man, being able to grab some of those stocks back when it was 11 cents, if you knew then what you know now, of course you would have jumped all over it. So here's something to think about. Terra Luna was one of the best performing cryptocurrencies of 2022. With its popularity growing significantly, this has resulted in Terra Luna becoming the top 15 cryptocurrencies in terms of market capitalization. However, Terra has dropped significantly in the past few days. We all know what happened, it crashed. It says Terra's rankings also dropped down to 38th in terms of market capitalization. So what type of drop are we talking about in their value? Where was Luna prior to the crash? If you take a look at Terra Luna, look at Terra Luna right here, December 13th of 2020 was 48 cents. Since December 2020, it has been working its way up, moving from somewhere around, 38, 48 cents I was just talking about. So can you imagine, it's December of 2020, you could have got Luna for 48 cents. 1 year later, Luna is now worth $99.72. So you went from somewhere around 35, 45 cents on up to $99 in 1 year. But just 1 month later, it drops down to half its value to around $46, only to turn around then and jump up to its highest value of about 117.90 is where it is at its highest. It closed the day, though, at $113. This is in March 27th of this year. And then the bottom falls right out of Terra, and it drops all the way down to where it is today at 302. It's not even worth 1 cent. So the question is this: if Luna doesn't die out completely, and then they turn around and do something smart, I don't know, like secure their crypto this time with assets like gold, silver, and other assets that are out there to prevent this from happening in the future. If they could secure their crypto, there's no reason why Luna should not be able to get back up to where they were. Their business plan was fine. Their marketing was fine. Everything they were doing was great, except not securing their crypto properly. The point being, I would love to go back to 1997, knowing what I know now about Apple computers, about the Apple stock, and bought it when it was 11 cents. So if you have somewhere in the neighborhood of $100 of discretionary funds, and you think, hey, you never know, let's buy some Terra Lunas, because right now they're 3018. That means you'll pick up just a little over 500,000 Luna coins for $100. So let's just use round numbers for the sake of it. Let's say you have 529,000 Luna coins that you got with your $100. So if Luna makes it to even 50 cents, you're looking at $264,000. Remember, Luna had reached values of between $90 and $100 and has been over $100 per coin. So can you imagine, even if they got to, let's say, $2, well, then you have $1 million. For every dollar goes up, you gain $500,000. So the question is, does dropping $100 in the Luna coins make sense considering where it was performing at, which was around $100, versus where it is today at 301? It's something to think about. Now, Coinbase removed it off of its platform. Now, the Luna token is there. You can see the values, but you cannot purchase Luna on Coinbase. But you can go to Kucoin and buy Luna, which is what I'm going to do today. You never know. The cryptos that I already had, I have not added to them, nor have I gotten rid of any of them. I'm just sitting on them. If they recover, awesome. If they don't, the money I spent buying these particular cryptos, I'm not going to, lose sleep over. I use discretionary funds. So is buying Luna worth it right now? Do I think it could get back up to where it was? Well, let's see. It took what? Just 2 years for it to go from 48 cents all the way up to above 100? Why not? Why wouldn't I want to buy Luna right now? At least I think it's worth it to me. So I'm going to go ahead and pick some up. I just thought I would share this information with you. It's something to think about. If you have some discretionary funds, you can go on to Kucoin, and the link is down below in the description. Maybe pick up $25 worth or $30 worth, whatever. That's still a lot of tokens because it's not even worth 1 cent right now. Anyways, that's it for now, you guys. Let me know what you think. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.